Hi, I'm professional house planner Jack Thomason, and I've had the privilege of working with Shaw Floors on custom home projects for television and magazines across North America. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to install Shaw's ceramic tile flooring. The tile we're using is a porcelain tile, which is a special type of ceramic tile and can be installed both indoors and outdoors. There are many variations and possibilities when it comes to tile installation. Different tile sizes, shapes, and composition can make every installation unique. So these instructions may not tell you everything you need, but should give you a great frame of reference. Please note that installing this product does require specialized equipment, so make sure you have the expertise and tools necessary to commit to this project. Let's begin. Some of the most important things you can do to ensure a successful flooring installation take place even before you install the first tile. There is no need to allow the tiles to acclimate to the room temperature, so you can begin installation the same day you receive the tiles. You'll need to prepare your subfloor depending on what type it is. You should not install ceramic tile over any type of existing flooring. If you have concrete subfloors, you can adhere the new tile directly over them as long as they are clean, flat, free from hollows and valleys, and tested for moisture. An easy way to test for moisture is to simply tape a trash bag to the concrete floor along all four sides, creating a seal. After 48 hours, you can check to see if any moisture was captured by the trash bag. If you do think moisture might be a problem, it will be necessary to use a more advanced test. Follow the link below to learn more. If you have wood subfloors, however, you must use a cement-based backer board. Read the backer board manufacturer's instructions and follow them as you glue the backer board to the subfloor. Then use appropriate screws per manufacturer's instructions to secure the backer board in place. You'll then need to gather your tools. The materials you'll need are a level, safety glasses, carpenter's square, sponges, tape measure, hammer, notched trowel or spreader, buckets, tile cutter or tile wet saw, rubber gloves, grout, thin-set mortar, silicone caulk, rubber grout float, spacers, and cleaning cloths. To start, you'll want to pull tiles from multiple boxes to achieve an even color variety across the floor. Next, find the center point of the room. Snap two chalk lines, one from the midpoint of one wall, the other from the midpoint of the other wall. Place a tile with its corner nested at the intersection of the two lines. At this point, you need to pause for another decision. What thickness do you want your grout to be? This decision can vary based on the size of the tile, but it's really up to you and the look you like best. Our tile is 13 inches by 13 inches, and we're planning on a 3/16 of an inch grout line. Now continue to place the tiles toward one of the walls, but place a spacer the size of your grout line thickness between each tile. Stop placing tiles when you can't fit another tile in the line. Measure the remaining distance to the wall. If you find that you would need to cut a tile to less than half the width of a full tile, go back to the middle of the room and move the first tile you placed to be centered over the intersection of your two chalk lines. Now reposition all of the other tiles to the wall, remembering to use spacers to maintain space for the grout line. This change should make it so that your cut tiles along the wall will be at least half a tile wide. Repeat from the center of the room in the perpendicular direction. As you make your measurements, you need to leave 1/4 inch around walls to allow for floor expansion. To prepare the tiles for the perimeter of the room, you'll use a wet saw to cut the tiles to the size you need. You may have seen professional installers use a tile cutter. This is also an option, but not something that most people have on hand. Wet saws are available for rent or purchase at most home improvement stores. Snap a chalk line to mark the placement for your first row to help you align the tiles evenly. Now it's time to make your new tile floor happen. In a bucket, mix the thin-set mortar. Starting at the corner of the room that's farthest from your planned exit point, since you don't want to walk on tiles you just laid, spread the mortar with a trowel, working within a 3-foot section at a time. Work over the mortar at a 45-degree angle. Comb it in one direction without making swirl patterns to ensure a uniform application. Always remove the excess mortar and return it to the bucket. Along the reference lines, press tiles into the mortar and twist, keeping spacers between the tiles for the grout. Keep placing the tile, checking occasionally to ensure the mortar is sticking. If it's not, you'll need to apply additional mortar to the back of the tile. As you go along, wipe away any excess mortar with a damp sponge and use a level to check for high spots, tapping them with a rubber mallet to even them. After the tile has been placed, let the thin-set mortar dry for at least 24 hours. After 24 hours, it's time to grout the joints. Mix all the grout at once, rather than in several smaller batches, so the color will be consistent across the floor. Apply the grout with a rubber grout float, pressing the grout into the joints. Then move diagonally across the joints, removing as much excess as possible. Wipe excess grout from the face of the tile with a damp sponge and water. Be sure to frequently change the water to reduce the amount of grout haze from the surface of the tiles. Once the grout is dry, usually 12 hours, you're ready to walk on your new tile flooring. If you wish, 48 hours after grouting, you can apply a grout sealer to protect the grout against stains.